What's up, everyone? I'm Yasmin Woodland and welcome back to my channel. I'm actually going to be talking about 90 Day Fiancé. Like, wow, a lot of people have been wanting me to cover 90 Day Fiancé and this entire drama with all of like the newer seasons and like the newer castmates, and I'm so behind that I feel like I'm not even worthy enough to talk about it. But what I will talk about is one of my absolute favorite couples from 90 Day Fiancé, and it was Anfisa and Jorge. Now, I remember watching them because I thought they were super interesting and funny, and I remember it was like so much like controversy and so many things being said because everyone was calling Anfisa like a gold digger. She's just a gold digger. She's just a gold digger, you know, and stuff like that. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, how is she like a gold digger? They had an agreement. Like, Jorge wanted this beautiful, exotic, you know, girlfriend or wife, and in exchange for, you know, having a beautiful wife and stuff like that, she was going to have the lifestyle. She was going to have, you know, money and a nice home, and she can send money to like her family back home because she's Russian. So how is that like a gold digger? They had a deal, but whatever. I like Anfisa. I think she has a YouTube channel. I'm not sure. I'll put it in my description box below, but there is some updates in this entire situation. So if you all don't know, Jorge was actually arrested and charged with drug trafficking, and he's currently in jail now. He's lost tons and tons of weight while being in jail, so maybe that did him some good, because I remember he was like super overweight and he was probably having health issues. I mean, it's not good to be morbidly obese like that, but he's lost tons of weight. A lot of people are saying he looks good, he's sexier and everything like that, and they're saying that Anfisa, because of the fact that Jorge, they're actually married now, but because he's locked up, she's moved on to some guy that is rich and owns a strip joint. And I'm like, what is going on? So the actually is reporting on it. She reported an article yesterday, so I'm just going to go ahead and read off some of those details for you all. It states here that Anfisa was seen pictured on Instagram with this guy. So a lot of people were speculating that she moved on with him due to Jorge actually being locked up for drug trafficking. Now, he was stating that he was looking forward to his release from jail, and he's actually doing really good with Anfisa and everything like that. But if you actually scroll down the article, it states that there were two photos that had fans speculating that Anfisa had moved on to another guy. It states that Leo and Anfisa pretty much confirmed that they were dating, and a follower actually told Leah that Anfisa deserves a good man, and he said, I will try to do my best to be a good man. So again, this guy that she's allegedly dating, his name is Leo, and he allegedly is some rich guy that owns some sort of strip joint in his area. So they're stating that Anfisa is dating him just to, you know, get money and to solidify like everything with her finances, because Jorge is actually locked up due to, you know, drug trafficking and everything like that. And it's kind of messed up if she's like dating this guy while she's still married to Jorge pretty much. And I'm just like, wow, like this is crazy. So, I don't know. Let me just back up a little bit. So once again, when Jorge and Anfisa initially met, it was under the pretense of him pretty much bringing her to the U.S. and she wanted to have a certain lifestyle. She wanted to be a housewife. She wanted to not really worry about finances, being that, and you know, she's Russian, she's from Russia, and she probably didn't have a lot of money. Her English was kind of broken and she had a heavy accent, and she said, you can have me, I'll be your wife, like a mail order bride, but with that being said, you need to take care of me financially, and can you do that? Now, Jorge promised that he could do it, right? He wanted her that bad that he pretty much lied. And I remember watching those episodes of 90 Day Fiancé, and I was just kind of like, I don't know, I didn't like Jorge. I didn't like that, because it's like, she got to the United States and they met. Now, when they met, Jorge was just like over the moon. She was literally exactly how she looked online, because she did modeling and stuff, and he was just over the moon, like, wow, she's actually real, everything about her is perfect, you know, she has a nice body, her accent, everything about her personality is bubbly, and this is perfect, you know? So he got his end of the deal. He got a beautiful potential wife, and she was super bubbly, and she was ready to pretty much, you know, marry him and start a life together. Now, on the, sorry, that's my cat. Oh. So yeah, Anfisa was ready to, you know, uphold her end of the deal. Now with George, I lost respect for him because it's like, you lied about your finances. You straight up lied. You try to flex online like you had all this money. You try to pretend that you were this mogul, and you were just this multi-millionaire, and you were this person that had so much money and you could actually take care of her. So you lied to her. When she got to the United States, under whatever agreement you all had, you made it seem like you had millions of dollars when you didn't. So she was just like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Because I mean, a mail order bride is not uncommon. People do it all the time. They want a foreign wife, they want a foreign husband, and that's not uncommon. And personally, me, there's nothing wrong with that. If you two are consenting adults and you're agreeing upon certain things, there's nothing wrong with that. So the fact that George tried to make it seem like he had all this money, and when she actually got there and she started like questioning him, like, okay, well, can you put me in a nice house? What about a vehicle? Can you help me get this done? Can you help me with this paperwork? Can you help me with my family? He's like, oh, well, you're greedy, or you're just a gold digger. Excuse me, George, don't try to flip it on Anfisa like she's crazy when you know what the agreement was. So from the beginning, I never liked George, and he was a liar. And if I was Anfisa, I would have never slept with him. I would have never married him. I would have never done any of that stuff. But I think she did it just to stay in the United States and stuff like that. So the fact that he was caught trafficking drugs is not unheard of to me. You're trying to uphold this image, and you're trying to make all this money because he stated he had so many debts. So you have this lifestyle that is just based upon so many lies, and it caught up to you. And the fact that she's supposedly dating this new guy, Leo, and he has all this money and stuff like that, can you really blame the girl? Can you blame her? I understand that she's still legally married to George and everything like that, which that is kind of, you know, wrong. And that's that gray area there to where it's like, why are you openly dating somebody when you're still legally married? I completely understand that concept. But at the end of the day, I just feel like if Anfisa were to divorce George and, you know, marry this Leo guy and live a happy life with him, I would not blame her. I feel like she deserves it because George lied to her. And I feel like a lot of people just don't see it that way. But he lied to her about numerous things. Like, and he even created drama with her family. Her family was just like, oh, she's just a whore. She's just an escort. She's a call girl. She's this. When it's like, how am I any of these things when George and I had a deal? I am a mail order bride. Like, there's nothing wrong with me coming to the United States trying to make money and provide for my family back home. There's nothing wrong with that. So I remember that was just a lot of controversy, honestly. And I was just like, wow, like, I can't even believe this is happening. And after a certain point, I kind of tuned out of the episode, and I heard that they were going through some things. I heard that George was arrested for trafficking drugs. And it's just like, listen, I mean, had you been honest with your finances, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. And I'm not trying to bash him. I'm just giving my commentary on it. And I'm just thinking, like, this is just I don't know, moral to the story is just be honest with who you are. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your finances. Be honest. He was not honest, and look at him. Everything is catching up to him. He has so much debt. He can't afford. I mean, he's probably, I know they stated he's going to be out in August, but I don't know if that's just bail or I think it's bail. I think he's just going to get out in August or whatever like that. But I mean, that's drug trafficking. You're going to go away for a while, sir. I mean, if you don't have a good attorney on your case, you're going to go away for a while. So you did all of this for what exactly? You faked this entire thing for what exactly? Trying to prove that you're some person with all this money when you're not. I mean, Anfisa said that he would send pictures of wads of cash and cars and houses and stuff like that. And then once she finally got there, it wasn't any of that. So I think what goes around comes around. And once again, yes, I think it's wrong that she's dating somebody while still legally married. But At the end of the day, I think she deserves to be happy. She deserves to finally get that person in her life that she deserves, pretty much, to take care of her and to help her and her family. So I don't blame the girl. Anfisa, collect your checks, get your money, get your bag, and that's all I have to say about that. And I've always liked her. I've always liked Anfisa for some reason. She seems really sweet to me. I like her, whatever. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this entire situation involving Anfisa allegedly moving on with some other guy while Jorge is still behind bars. Thank you all so much for watching my videos, and until next time, see ya.